Hello everyone, welcome back to Talk Fluent. We're so happy you're here with us today. If this is your first time listening, welcome to the family.
Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I just grabbed a coffee and I'm ready to talk about some super useful English today.
Oh wow, same here. And honestly, today's topic is something I hear even advanced English learners mix up all the time.
Yep, today we're talking about supposed to and meant to. These two expressions sound similar sometimes, but they're actually used in different ways.
Exactly. And the good news is that by the end of this episode, you'll know how to use both expressions naturally in real conversations.
We're going to explain the meaning, show you real-life examples, practice together, and even talk about common mistakes people make.
And trust me, once you understand this, your English will sound way more natural in daily conversations.
You'll hear native speakers use these expressions everywhere. At work, with friends, in movies, on social media, literally everywhere.
So before we start, we want to ask you something. Which one confuses you more, supposed to or meant to? Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, and try writing one sentence using either expression. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Practice is the key.
Also, if you enjoy learning real English in a fun and simple way, make sure you like this episode and subscribe to Talk Fluent so you never miss a new lesson.
We upload lessons that help you sound natural and confident in English conversations, not robotic textbook English.
Exactly. We want you to actually use English in real life, not just memorize grammar rules.
All right, let's jump right into today's lesson and make supposed to and meant to super easy.
Okay, let's start with the basic meaning of supposed to. This expression is usually used for rules, expectations, responsibilities, or something that should happen.
Right, the basic structure is really simple. Subject plus be plus supposed to plus verb.
For example, I'm supposed to study tonight.
Or you're supposed to wear a seatbelt.
Exactly, it means it's expected, required, or the correct thing to do.
Here are a few more examples. You're supposed to arrive on time. We're supposed to call our parents. He's supposed to finish the report today. They're supposed to clean the kitchen.
Nice, these all sound very natural in everyday English.
And native speakers use contractions constantly. So instead of saying you are supposed to, we usually say you're supposed to.
Yeah, if you say the full version every time, it can sound too formal or unnatural in casual conversation.
Now let's talk about meant to. This one is different.
Meant to usually talks about intention, purpose, or destiny. It often means something was intended or designed for a reason.
The structure is similar, subject plus be plus meant to plus verb.
Example, this phone is meant to help people communicate.
Or I meant to text you yesterday.
Ah, that's a super common sentence. It means you intended to text someone but maybe you forgot.
Exactly, here are more examples. This tool is meant to make cooking easier. We were meant to meet earlier. She meant to call her friend. That joke wasn't meant to hurt you.
Notice something interesting here. Meant to often has an emotional or intentional feeling behind it.
Yeah, while supposed to feels more like rules or expectations.
Let's compare them side by side.
You're supposed to lock the door. That means it's your responsibility.
But the lock is meant to keep people safe. That explains the purpose of the lock.
Big difference.
Here's a personal example from my life. Every morning I'm supposed to wake up early and exercise.
Do you actually do it though?
Sometimes.
That sounded very suspicious.
But my alarm is meant to help me wake up on time. See, different meanings.
Perfect example.
Another thing learners should know is the negative form.
Right, for supposed to, we say, I'm not supposed to eat too much sugar.
Meaning maybe the doctor told you not to.
And with meant to, I didn't mean to break your cup.
That one is extremely common. It means the action was accidental.
Native speakers use I didn't mean to all the time when apologizing.
Like, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to sound rude. I didn't mean to wake you up.
These phrases sound soft, polite, and natural.
Okay, listeners, here's your turn. Can you make a sentence with supposed to?
And can you make another sentence with meant to? Pause and try speaking out loud.
Speaking out loud really helps your fluency. Don't just read silently.
Also, write your example sentences in the comments. We'd love to read them.
Quick tip, if you're talking about duty or expectation, use supposed to.
And if you're talking about intention or purpose, use meant to.
That simple rule will help you a lot.
Alright, quick summary before we continue. Supposed to equals expectation or responsibility.
And meant to equals intention, purpose, or what someone planned to do.
Great job so far, everybody.
Now let's build on that and talk about how these expressions are used in real conversations.
Because honestly, grammar is important, but real usage is what makes your English sound natural.
Exactly, let's start with supposed to in social situations.
Native speakers often use it when talking about social rules.
Like you're supposed to say thank you.
Or we're supposed to wait our turn.
Parents use this expression with kids all the time.
Teachers too.
Here's a dialogue example.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be at work?
Oh no, my shift starts later today.
Supernatural conversation.
Now let's look at meant to in emotional situations.
Example, that song was meant to make people feel happy.
Or, I never meant to upset you.
That one is very common in relationships and friendships.
Yeah, because it explains your intention.
Here's another dialogue, you ignored my message.
I'm sorry, I meant to reply, but I got busy.
That sounds much softer and kinder than just saying I forgot.
Definitely.
Another important thing is formal versus informal English.
In casual speech, people shorten supposed to.
Yeah, native speakers often say, I'm supposed to go.
Especially in fast speech.
But learners should first practice the full pronunciation clearly.
Totally agree.
Meant to also changes in fast speech.
Native speakers sometimes say, I mean to call you.
But again, learn the standard pronunciation first.
Here's a quick practice activity.
We'll say a situation, and you choose which expression sounds better.
Situation 1, your boss expects you to send an email.
You should say, I'm supposed to send the email.
Situation 2, you plan to call your friend but forgot.
I meant to call you.
Nice. Situation 3, this app was designed to help students learn.
This app is meant to help students learn.
Excellent.
Here are 3 tips to remember.
First, think about expectations. If someone expects something from you, use supposed to.
Second, think about intention. If someone planned or intended something, use meant to.
Third, listen to native speakers in movies and podcasts. You'll notice these expressions everywhere.
That's such a good learning method.
Also, try creating your own examples based on your life.
Like, I'm supposed to drink more water.
Or, I meant to clean my room yesterday.
Very relatable.
Write your own examples in the comments. Personal examples are easier to remember.
And don't be afraid of mistakes. Seriously, mistakes are part of learning.
Absolutely, nobody becomes fluent without making awkward sentences first.
We've all been there.
Okay, let's review the key points from this section.
Supposed to is often connected to social rules, expectations, or duties.
And meant to is connected to intention, design, purpose, or emotional meaning.
Awesome job, everybody. Let's keep going.
Alright, now let's talk about another really important use of these expressions in everyday situations.
This is where things get super practical.
One very common use of supposed to is when people complain.
Oh wow, yes, native speakers do this constantly.
For example, the bus was supposed to arrive at 8.
Meaning it was expected, but maybe it didn't happen.
Another one, you were supposed to call me.
That sentence sounds emotional because someone didn't do what was expected.
Exactly, tone matters a lot here.
If you say it gently, it sounds calm. If you say it loudly, it sounds angry.
Let's compare.
You were supposed to text me, soft tone.
Versus, you were supposed to text me, now it sounds like a fight.
Tone changes everything in English.
Now let's look at meant to for accidental situations.
Native speakers use this expression constantly when apologizing.
Example, I didn't mean to laugh.
Or she didn't mean to offend anyone.
These phrases help sound polite and kind.
Here's a real-life situation. Imagine your friend cooks dinner and you accidentally make a rude face.
Oof, a dangerous situation.
You could quickly say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react like that.
Much better than saying nothing.
Here's another everyday example. I didn't mean to send that message.
We've all done that at least once.
Oh yes, especially sending messages to the wrong person.
That's terrifying, honestly.
Another useful thing is using meant to be.
Ah, yes, this expression talks about destiny or things happening naturally.
Example, we were meant to be friends.
Or this job wasn't meant for me.
These expressions sound emotional and natural.
You'll hear them in movies, songs, and romantic conversations all the time.
Here's a mini practice.
Situation, your friend accidentally steps on your shoe.
They might say, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Situation, your train should arrive at 6 p.m.
The train is supposed to arrive at 6.
Situation, two people feel perfect together.
They're meant to be together.
Nice.
Another tip for sounding natural is using contractions smoothly.
Instead of I was supposed to, native speakers often say, I was supposed to.
And instead of I didn't mean to, it often sounds like, I didn't mean to.
Listening practice really helps you recognize these sounds.
So watch shows, listen to podcasts, and repeat sentences out loud.
Shadowing is amazing for pronunciation.
Totally.
Okay, listeners, now it's your turn again. Say these out loud. I'm supposed to study tonight.
I meant to call you yesterday.
This app is meant to help beginners.
You're supposed to wear a helmet.
Great practice.
And remember, fluency comes from repetition, not perfection.
Exactly, keep practicing little by little every day.
Quick review, supposed to often shows expectation or responsibility.
And meant to often shows intention, purpose, apology, or destiny.
Perfect, now let's talk about common mistakes learners make.
Okay, let's be honest. We've both made grammar mistakes before.
Oh, absolutely, and sometimes the mistakes were really funny.
One of the biggest mistakes learners make is using supposed to when talking about intention.
For example, someone says, I was supposed to call you but I forgot.
Actually, that sentence can work if calling was an obligation.
But if you simply plan to call someone, a more natural sentence is, I meant to call you.
Exactly, the meaning changes slightly.
Another common mistake is forgetting the verb be.
Yes, people sometimes say, I suppose to go.
Incorrect.
The correct version is, I'm supposed to go.
You need the verb be.
Here's another mistake, I didn't meant to do it.
Nope, after didn't, the verb goes back to the base form.
Correct version, I didn't mean to do it.
That mistake is super common.
Another funny mistake is using meant to for rules.
Like you're meant to stop at red lights.
Technically, people say this sometimes in British English, but for learners, supposed to is usually safer and more common in everyday American English.
Great point.
Let's compare incorrect and correct examples.
Incorrect, I meant to wear a uniform at work. Correct, I'm supposed to wear a uniform at work.
Incorrect, I was supposed to text you, but I forgot and never planned it.
Better, I meant to text you.
Here's why these mistakes happen. Learners focus only on translation instead of meaning.
Exactly, don't memorize blindly, think about the situation.
Ask yourself, is this about expectation or intention?
That little question helps a lot.
Here's a humorous example. I was supposed to eat 1 cookie, but then you eat 20.
That sounds dangerously realistic.
Another one, I didn't mean to spend 3 hours watching videos online.
We've all been there too.
Okay, listeners, practice time. Which sentence is correct? I didn't mean to hurt you, or I didn't mean to hurt you.
Correct answer, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Another one, I supposed to finish my homework, or I'm supposed to finish my homework.
Correct, I'm supposed to finish my homework.
Nice job, everybody.
And remember, making mistakes is completely normal, seriously.
Every fluent speaker once sounded awkward too.
The important thing is practicing consistently and learning from your mistakes.
All right, everybody, it's time for interactive practice.
This is one of our favorite parts because you get to test yourself.
We'll give you 2 options and you choose the more natural sentence.
Situation 1, you accidentally broke your friend's phone.
Option A, I didn't mean to break it. Option B, I wasn't supposed to break it.
The best answer is option A because we're talking about intention.
Situation 2. Your office expects workers to arrive by 9 a.m.
Option A, we're meant to arrive by 9. Option B, we're supposed to arrive by 9.
Correct answer, option B.
Because it's a rule or expectation.
Situation 3. This chair was designed for children.
Option A, this chair is meant for children. Option B, this chair is supposed for children.
Definitely option A.
Situation 4, you plan to clean your room but forgot.
Option A, I meant to clean my room. Option B, I was supposed cleaning my room.
Option A sounds natural.
Nice work, everyone.
Here's another challenge, try changing the tone.
For example, you were supposed to call me.
That can sound angry, disappointed, playful, or joking depending on your voice.
English isn't only grammar, tone matters too.
Absolutely.
Now we challenge you to create your own sentences out loud.
One sentence with supposed to.
One sentence with meant to.
And if you want extra practice, post them in the comments section.
Reading your examples helps everybody learn together.
Also, don't stress too much about perfection.
Real conversation is more important than perfect grammar every single second.
Exactly, communication comes first.
Wow, today was such a fun lesson. We covered a lot together.
We talked about the difference between supposed to and meant to in real English conversations.
First, we learned that supposed to usually talks about expectations, responsibilities, or rules.
Second, we learned that meant to usually talks about intention, purpose, apology, or destiny.
And third, we practiced using both expressions naturally in everyday situations.
We also looked at common mistakes and how to avoid them.
Remember, don't try to sound perfect immediately. Focus on sounding natural little by little.
Fluency grows with practice, repetition, and confidence.
So here's our final question for you today. What's one sentence you can make using supposed to or meant to?
Write your answer in the comments. We really love reading your examples.
And if today's lesson helped you, please like this episode, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Talk Fluent for more real English conversations.
We've got lots more fun lessons coming soon to help you speak English confidently and naturally.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
You're improving more than you think.
Take care, everybody. See you next time.